Okay. We're doing basically the same thing as the last focus Pokemon laddering video. Again, we're doing Reg-H. Keep it consistent for now. We're doing like a setup team, really. Last week it was a very much just a step on the gas, get going. I want to be on like manual, get to gear 6. So, skip the rest of that. What are we working with today? The core piece that I want to use today is weakness policy Metagross. The idea being that Mousehold or Rillaboom, for that matter, will use a weak move onto Metagross. For Rillaboom, that will be Earthquake, which is weakened by Grassy Surge, or Mousehold's Bite onto the somewhat physically bulky Metagross to activate weakness policy. Thereafter, I will start running through their team. It's a very straightforward concept. The benefits that are Challon's right here. Really basic citrus berry set. I didn't want to overcook it. You can cook Dragon Pulse, so its main purpose is to either Terra and take a Earthquake, or stay non-Terra and take Population Bomb or Grass Tax from the Rillaboom. Potentially U-turn, I'm pretty sure it has U-turn, it does. Which sets up our two core modes. Primarily we're going to use Tailwind to win. The team isn't particularly bulky on the special side, so we're going to take that extra measure with Light Screen. You're going to note that the Whimsicott has Trick Room. It's because some of these Pokemon, noteworthy the Archaladon, are slow. Very slow. Should these Pokemon be found in Trick Room, they will be somewhat competitive. They won't be overwhelmed by everything in Trick Room, is probably the better way of saying that. Importantly, Metagross and Rillaboom, not Rillaboom, that's not what I meant to say, Metagross and Archaladon will still be fast enough in Tailwind to put down pressure. Should I ever feel that Trick Room is more advantageous for my team, Hatterene forms our third setup sweeper. That's right, we've got 3. It can set up Trick Room for itself if it needs it. Of course, it can set Trick Room for the whole team, but more relevantly, it sets it up for itself. The EVs seem very basic, but it's set up in a way where, I've been calculating the special attack to guarantee that I get good damage at plus, I think it's +1 for guaranteed Amoonguss KO. I'm pretty sure that's regardless of Terra. So, hopefully that won't come into play, because that's just going to be really difficult, if I'm being honest. Cool. Let's go through some other things. What else needs to be talked about? Or I talked about you. Simple, the utility for Mousehold is that Friend Guard is going to reduce the damage on Bite. Again, I mentioned it already, but Grassy Surge reduces the damage on Earthquake, just to minimize the impact of those super effective hits. What else? And then Rillaboom, it's a pretty standard set for me. I've changed Woodhammer for Earthquake. I'll focus on getting my damage through Grassy Glide for cheap KOs, which is why I haven't invested at all in my attack. What else is necessary to talk about? Terra types, those are fun. Terra Grass, it gives me an option in the worst case scenario where I need to Terra turn 1. Say Rillaboom's on the field, I can't just click Earthquake. Need to U-turn to get out. Metagross Terras, U-turn, get into the right position, move on. Speaking of Rillaboom, we're running Terra Fire. To me, it's pretty basic. It works. Beat Goldango and beat other neutral hits. Sorry, super effective hits. They become neutral, but it's not the point. Terragrass Mousehold, safety goggles, really, really basic. I've just changed around the moves a tiny bit. I'm not entirely sold on Helping Hand. After a game or two, if I feel that Helping Hand isn't helping, then I'll probably just change it to Protect. Just a little bit of depth to the team. Archie, again, it has its setup potential in Iron Defense, which is why I want to take advantage of Citrus Berry so I can still protect. A lot of people expect Assault Vest. So if I play around those assumptions, I can usually, in theory, I should be able to bait not so smart plays. Again, Whimsicott, Cover Cloak, really basic, Terra Water, really basic. This is essentially the same set that I run for the other team. To be entirely honest, I can't even remember what the difference is. So we're going to go check. We're checking that right now. What is it's one move. Sunny Day. That's what I'm changed out for. That makes sense. So, focusing more on speed control of Whimsicott here. And the special defense of our team, because I'm not running Assault Vest on our Chaladon. It's going to be a lot more vulnerable to attacks as a whole. If I get a light screen up, it becomes a lot bulkier. Given that I want to run tons of physical, I guess it is physical. Given I want to do a lot of my damage through my defense stat, it mightn't make entire sense to run no defense EVs. Since the point of the team is to set up all the way to +6 as fast as possible when using our Chaladon, at 4 times attack, 600, it should be picking up the majority of KOs that I need to pick up. Thus, I'm not so concerned about running extra defense EVs to get the further damage. Last thing we're going to talk about is, actually no, there is nothing to talk about. Terrifying our Chaladon, I want more damage. Terra Psychic Laddering, I want more damage. Yeah, it's noteworthy that our Chaladon does have defensive benefits with fighting, namely to ground. But outside of that, it's not really a defensive Terra, though it could be useful in a few situations. The same is generally true of Laddering, but there's essentially no defensive benefit. I mean, dropping a steel weakness is pretty nice. So, 7 minutes in, I feel like I talked forever there. Battle 1. I'm thinking we, just like the last one, somewhere in the range of 3 to 5 battles seems pretty reasonable to me. So, I think we just let it rip. Might as well open team sheet, there's no harm in that. So they're running, what are they running? Balance? I think that's the right way of putting it. Most of the teams on the slower side, they have that little box there where it's all slow, and then Dragonite and Sneasler are faster. If that Sneasler's unburdened, which I'm reasonably confident it will be, then the what's it called? Then Tailwind might make a difference. Either way, the Metagross can take advantage of the fact that Sneasler can't do the damage it wants to do 99% of the time. I think that's a fair assessment. But I'm not going to lead Rillaboom. I'm going to lead Maushold to better my defense against Sneasler leads. I'm going to bring Rillaboom in the back. I feel like I'm putting all of my offense into Metagross if I don't take it with me. I don't think speed's the way to win, so I'm going to bring our Chaladon. Thought being late game if I absolutely need it. In the late game, if I absolutely need it, I can win that way. Okay. Good, I'm happy with that so far. That's noteworthy. I'm going to Heavy Slam into E.I.D.I.L while I bite the Metagross. I don't think Dragonite can do the damage in one turn. It's very possible that it's running Stomping Tantrum. I can be pretty confident it's not running Ice Spinner, actually, so let's take a second to think about this. I gain a lot from the Psychic Terrain right this second, so I'll put Psychic Terrain there. I can Helping Hand, assuming that they no, you know what? I'm not gonna overcook it too much. Unfortunate. Though that's actually pretty good for me, because it's gonna do even less damage. Well, crit. Can't do much about that. I flinched myself. No. So now I need to start doing damage. Make some things happen. Heavy Slam there. into Rillaboom. I'm sick of terrain. It no longer helps me. I mean, in theory I should be, well, realistically I'll be faster than these two. Maybe, that'd be a smart play. Watch it be Fake Out and Trick Room. Nope. Flare Blitz, I take that. But I get burnt. This is not going to take the KO, is it? No, not even close. Unfortunate, it's faster than me. Should have brought Whimsicott. That sucks. Bullet Punch there. Fake Out into Incin. I've still got Archaludon and Maushold in the back, so I can still win if I play my cards right. I'm not going to chase the turn, I'm just going to make sure I didn't misclick anything in team select. It's always nice to triple, quadruple, quintuple check absolutely everything, because mistakes will kill us all. That just not do the damage I thought it was going to do. Wowee. It's because of the burn, that's why. Even though the moves in theory should be strong, in practice they're pretty useless. Cool. So tell me they're not going for the Rillaboom. That'd be really nice. Well, it's physically defensive. That's a something. I'm not going down this turn, so... Oh, wow. I didn't think that'd go so well. Bullet Punch the E.I.D.I.L while I bring Maushold in. I really hope they do have Protect. Oh no. They're probably going to play me. Nope, never mind. Take you. No more terrain. Bang, bye-bye you. Because of the terrain, I'm not going to go down this turn. I don't think I'm going to go down for a while. Okay. I need Maushold on the field with Metagross. Which is where I get concerned because I have no way. Actually, I do have a way of influencing the game to potentially get that situation. I'll Bullet Punch the Dragonite and Protect. If they take Metagross this turn, I can still win because I'm guaranteed to get my setup on on my attacks. E-Speed, perfect. That's exactly what I need. Snarl, that's fine. It's a bit unexpected, but. It's fine. I'm not running Wildland, so I am taking a risk with that. So they haven't Terra yet. I don't want to click a dangerous attack into Incin on the assumption that I'm gonna just get a free KO. This is interesting. I'll Dragon Pulse there. I should be able to reasonably... Oh, really? The second one misses? That is so unfortunate. If they're doubling Maushold, I'd probably lose. They are doubling, but it's not enough. Pop Bomb into Archaludon. That should, in theory, max out my defense. So I'll Body Press into Incin. Nope, they played me. I mean, in theory I should win from now, shouldn't I? Because if I Terra, I'd actually make my life harder. Well, that's that. I think they just slipped up. Because I don't see how they're going to... Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Whew. I'll sit here and let it play out for a little bit. Actually, we'll play it the whole way through. This feels good. We're gonna watch my success. Oh. That probably shouldn't have worked, but it did. It's really unfortunate that they got their burn on Metagross, but being able to keep it cool while I played was good. That felt right. Having both was clearly a misplay because it didn't work at all. Well, I mean, I won, so I guess I can't be that harsh. But it felt like it was the wrong play through and through. My hope is to just cripple their attackers and move on with life. How do I do that? If they lead, this is where I get concerned about Metagross. Because I thought more of a trick room situation with Metagross, but I'm kind of accounting for something I just don't need to worry about. If I was Terra Waters, it would be a different situation. Well, it makes my life much more difficult. If I lead these two, I can get Trick Room up and try to take speed advantage on them. Okay, I see a way. Once I'm in Trick Room, Laddering is going to be crazy. From there, it's just a matter of getting set up. Surely, swear words are not okay on Showdown. Just as a thought. We're going to Terra Water, Trick Room, Protect. Oh. No, we're not. We're not going to do any of that. They forfeited. Cool. Technically 2 wins. Is anyone going to argue with 2 wins? Maybe this team's the greatest ever. Maybe I'm just living a wild fantasy of ridiculousness. Who's to say? They have ways they can set up on me, and that's interesting. Very quite interesting. I feel like I'd probably have a really tough time if they lead Blaziken or King Gambit, so I guess I should be conscious of that. It feels more on the slow side, because like individually most of these Pokemon could go slow. I don't think any of them want to, but they could. I once again feel like Trick Room might be the play here. Because they're only slow Pokemon. They're only... wait a minute. Trick Room's probably bad, actually. I'm not going to specifically set up Trick Room. Actually, what can their special attackers do to it? I'll lead these two. Whoa. 1, 2. Get the basic setup. Bring you in the back. And keep Fake Out on the table. Question is, who do they Fake Out? I can Protect here. I would love to Terra with both if possible. Obviously, kind of off the table here. Fake Out you. Well, I mean, if they want to take our Chaladon, they can. Not this turn. They have to Fake Out there to make it happen. So I'll Body Press the Rillaboom and Population Bomb into I didn't click the Terra. That's going to lose me the game. Right off the get-go. Not a good start. Because I instantly have to start making plays to make this work. My Rillaboom is not beating their Blaziken speed ties. Just end of story. I'm just going to make a play. See if I can get something out of this turn. That's fine. So the theory for this idea works. That's what I've learned. I have this sneaking suspicion that thing is probably just straight up sashed. That's probably what it is. Unless I know better and I just don't recognize it. Nope. It really could just be sash. Body Press, Grassy Glide. Doesn't matter if it's sash. Good. That might have been a short-sighted play there. I'm just going to keep taking hits better and better. Aha! I keep getting them to forfeit. That's what? 2 forfeits in a row? Seems legit. Haven't dropped a game yet? Is that a reason to stop playing? No. If I win this game, we'll keep going. If I lose, I might wrap it up depending on how bad it is. You know, if it's like the most painful loss I've ever taken, then that's that. End of story. Not going any further. So, I feel like I should be expecting knockoff, but at this point I don't even know after that first instant. The problem is I haven't really done much Metagross sweeping, and I want to. So against my better judgment, I'm going to do that. Since turn 1 I should be able to... it's probably easy to do it with Mousehold. Well, what are their leads? Let's start there. They lead E.I.D.I.L to guarantee their terrain, since they could be reasonably confident that they'll take it. If they lead, then in which case they'll play lead Glade, Bronzong, or Sinistcha. I'm willing to bet Sinistcha doesn't come with the lead. It's probably Sinistcha Glade with for a Night Slash into Metagross. In which case I'll put Metagross, Mousehold in the front. I'll bring Terrain Stopping there and Laddering. Not quite right. I'll Heavy Slam into this slot. Hell, I feel like I got a Helping Hand. Just guarantee it, just in case they do something silly and don't attack that slot. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be forced to take the hit anyway. I'll Pop Bomb. Down, down. Denard. That still activates it. Never mind, we're good. Bye bye. The noteworthy thing is that I'm slower than them. What? That's interesting. Because now I've got damage. I don't know if any of my damage is meaningful enough, because if I want to do the maximum damage, I'd do it that. I'd be doing it by doubling Bronzong. Knockoff doesn't take the KO. Psychic Fans doesn't either, but here, there's that. How much did that knockoff do? 39. Yeah, it's a bit much. It's a bit more than I'd like. Okay, so we let them into Trick Room and get rid of their terrain. Wow. I'm seeing weird instants today. They don't even want to go into Trick Room. I would much rather go into Trick Room, but they don't want to do that, so I guess I'm out of options on that part. Yeah, that sucks. If I get the heavy, I can guarantee a Heavy Slam, can't I? I am very okay with that. I am super okay with that. Woo! That couldn't have gone much better. I think it's the right way to say it. Will you turn into Bronzong? Because it should just be fake out Shadow Ball doubling the Metagross. I think that's the smartest play. No matter how you look at it. Oh, Flare Blitz. That's the second one today. It's the second one. I don't think it's game losing, but doesn't feel good. Cool, I get that a little bit more. Question is, do I live? Well, I've kind of screwed myself here because I'm completely reliant on what happens this turn to win. I mean, Metagross can't do it alone. Metagross can't do it. I think that much is clear. Metagross isn't going to be the guy who wins me this game. Get 21%, I'm happy with that. Crit, I'm glad I didn't Terra. On to Masshold. CC, cool, I think I made the right play. Or at least made a play that gives me a shot. 4, 5, 6, 8. I'll take 8, that's pretty good. You'd have to be a madman to think that's going to take a KO. So we fake out the Bronzong. And we bite. Fake out by Bronzong. Flinch, good. Knockoff does take the KO. I think that just dooms me now, doesn't it? Because there's just nothing I can do to get out from under them. I can't beat Instant, not in this situation. Too fast. Maybe oh no, I didn't have that to go for me. Ah, yeah, no, not put myself in an unwinnable position here. Unfortunate. I have to take Instant as fast as possible. I just can't. There's nothing to be done here. If I had diversity in my damage, then it could be done. Maybe they make a dumb double. They double me. Somehow I live. Not realistic. Follow that up with... Yeah, no, that sucks. That was just not good. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Would I have taken the KO? No! Of course I wouldn't. Ah! That is, what, 4-1? Something like that. I think we have time for one more. My dignity is not broken too much. Though my spirit is very much wavering after that second burn. That really just broke my heart. I didn't think about hard Trick Room that much. To be honest, it's not a matchup I really gave any respect to. Which, you know, my fault. I should probably go through why I'm doing everything. Whimsicott, Hatterene, they want to get into Trick Room. There's just nothing I can do about it. I'm better off accepting that, you know, make peace with it, and try to get set up so that I don't get mopped in Trick Room. I need to maximize my chances of winning once I'm in Trick Room so that I don't go down in the final. I don't necessarily hate having terrain in their favor, since their terrain is certainly not a negative for me. So, light screen, calm mind. That's always the first turn that I was going for here. There's no other option. It almost certainly comes down to a speed tie. Hopefully I win it to get 2 boosts before they attack. Since if they have all their boosts going, then I'm cooked no matter how you see it. That being said, based on the fact that they're putting a lot of emphasis on their psychic type damage, I'm willing to bet on King Gambit not being here. I'm willing to bet it's Hariyama. Well, guess I'm wrong. Do I win? Yeah, I do win the speed tie. That stinks. Stinks out loud. Well, what I have here is I can Tailwind and then Terra Psychic into Hatterene, and there's nothing Gambit can do about it. But, and this is a massive bot. Bot is for bottom, boom, bang. I have no clue what I want to do. Because I can just Kowtow cleave me, end of turn. That's just how it goes. I can't attack it. I'm going to put it... No, I can't put Talon up. You get to the end of the... No, I can't do that either. I'm going to double the Hatterene. I think that's the safest play. Never mind. That's the only play I didn't want to make. Oh, come on. I thought I had like 3 more seconds. Everything I did was on the assumption that I had 3 more seconds to make my call. Well, now that we're here, we just have to hit the ground running, right? They've already terrored. If I terror there, it's going to become really difficult to win, actually. I have a special defense boost, so I'm just going to launch the offense. That didn't take an immediate KO. That did, though. That's one big piece gone. That's another big piece gone. We're stuck in Tailwind. That's where I'm getting really stuck, with no clue of how I want to move forward. I've still got light screen for 2 turns, so I've got options. How obvious is it? I'll body press there and pop bomb. I cannot allow them to overwhelm physical damage. I'd accepted my fate. I'd said, you know what? I'm gonna have to deal with that. It's just what it is. That sucks. Do I live the attack? I live a crit. Charm doesn't seem very relevant. What does protecting it get me long term? Nothing. I can't regen more. Their output is down. Body press into that slot. I'm gonna see if I can pick up a cheeky KO. They're probably just doubling, aren't they? It didn't even take the KO. Well, that just spelled out my end. I didn't even think missing that KO was in the cards. Haven't I? Yeah, I've consistently gotten to move after them. I'm gonna rely on flamethrower. Please don't attack. No. Okay, but this should be fine. I should be able to win now. You protect this turn. Pick up the KO next turn. Wait, they're faster? No, they won speed ties. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm done. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's me for the day. I was doing so good. Well, let's do a quick review, I guess. That's probably worth it. It did come clutch like once. You know what? Let's not mess with what worked in the past. It worked in the past. Let's not mess with it. Cool. So there are some battles that just came down to luck. You know, I think I have a slightly better chance if I don't get burnt by that instant on either of the games where it happened. Not a lot I can do about that. At the same time, you take that risk. There were situations where I wish I could have just Terra Grassed. Not Terra Grassed, where I wish I could have just Terra Watered. I'm going to pop Terra Water for now. I didn't see a single Amoonguss. It was ridiculously over-respecting it. Especially noting that I have a Follow Me Pokemon that can completely neutralize it as a strong partner. It was over-prepped. So that's one change I want to make. I don't know. It just makes me feel better. I'm going to put the 1 point into offense. What if the bar moves when I do that? Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Anyway, I was okay with Mousehold. I think it did what it was meant to do. The same's kind of true of Archaldon. I was never clicking Terra Fighting. So I should focus on a Terra type that's consistent and will always contribute. I think Terra Ghost is probably a better way to go. It does make me vulnerable to some pretty key threats like Bascullegion, but in the situations where that's applicable, I should have my complete setup done. Hopefully, maybe. Hopefully, maybe. Either way, Basket Legion can't do it off the get-go, so I should be fine. I was fine with Whimsicott, and conceptually I like the Hatterene. I really do. I don't know. I struggle with the damage. I want Psychic. And I want Fairy. And I want Setup. You know what, if I want to specifically go into Trick Room that badly, let's rearrange the moves just to make it look nice. If I want to go into Trick Room that badly, Whimsicott can get me in. I can afford that. Ugh. Hair in my mouth. Special moves. We need one move to diversify that can do what I need to do. Terra Blast could very much be that move. Because I'm not getting fighting type damage that I want. Shadow Ball is pretty good as well. But it just continues to have that same problem against Instant, which is where I get really concerned. So, I'm going to put Calm Mind in. Lock that in. That's something I definitely want. I'm going to try Psychic and Terra Blast. Some of those calcs I was talking about at the start of the video were reliant on Terra Psychic, but I'm going to shift to Terra Fighting to see if that has any merit. With all those with those simple changes I made, I feel like it might be worth giving it one more whiz, just to see if there's any chance of making this one good run. Or 2 losses, 4 wins? 6 battles total? Something like that. It would be 5, wouldn't it? 3 wins, 2 losses. Let's try to get to 4-2. That'd feel nice. Offensive. So they're guaranteed their Psychic Seed Tailwind. That's what they're going for. Reality is that the scariest Pokemon on their team is, relative to me getting my strategy going, is going to be... Okay, so I see my plan. Whimsicott in the front, we're going to feint them. Whimsicott, we're going to feint, try to get some damage onto something important. Into Rillaboom, we can just Grassy Glide start attacking. That should be fine, since nothing on their team is going to be slow enough to outslow Metagross at this point. Yep, nothing is. Yes, we're going to bring Rillaboom. It's a bit dangerous to play it like this. I'm going full on catch them off guard, Trick Room. Gonna take a risk here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Light Screen, Heavy Slam into Mousehold. I want to take that Shadow Ball like a demon, because I'm certain there's gonna be one one super effective attack into the Drifloon slot. Sorry, into the Metagross slot. There'll be exactly 0 super effective attacks into the placey place. I'm gonna put it onto Drifloon. Pop Bomb. It sucks, but I could probably live without Trick Room, I guess. Well, this means I get something out of the turn. I'm guaranteed that much. They just wanted to double it. Wow. I was right about there being a double, I guess. Into the Rillaboom. I'm going to EQ, Bullet Punch, Drifblim. Doesn't take a KO. No. Please let me survive. So I'm going to get the much needed boost to my thingamabobs to make win, victory, happy happen. Cool. There's that. I feel confident enough that could take a KO. They have no way of avoiding heavy slams. So it just comes down to, is Drifloon's massive health stack gonna make it go wrong? I don't think so. 14 health, not enough in my opinion. I'm an expert, trust me. I'm in an interesting position. I think I can win from here. They're not dealing with the Metagross, which is really nice for me. Because they're just getting nowhere. Bye-bye, Mousehold. They're down 2. I'm also down 2. I've got a slow Pokemon to round the team up. So now it's going to come down to Terra and how I use it to win. So I Terastallize to avoid dying to one hit. And I'll pop a Psychic there. And then I need to do big damage to the... Okay. I don't know what they can do to Metagross as a whole. So I feel like attack... So it'd be a Waterfall into Metagross, Dark Claw into you. Okay, so we Psychic Fangs there. Uh-oh. They've completely played me there. And I've also revealed my hand. Terra-Fighting. Psychic into that slot. We need to start making plays. I'm going to spread my attacks for now. Bullet Punch, Psychic, crossover, do the other crossover. Coaching. Oh, I got this turn completely wrong. No! This could not have gone much worse, could it? Well, I can still make the most out of this, right? So we Psychic and Bullet Punch. I just don't know if that's enough damage. Do I take +1 attacks from a Gyarados? Honestly, I probably don't. But I know I have to get damage. I mean, the fact that the game's over means I win, so... Whew! Yippee! That was spooky. And I actually used the Metagross to win. So it's not too terrible. Clutch. Oh, we're leaving it there. I don't have the stamina for anymore. 42 minutes of laddering and like 35 minutes of those were me yapping about the team. Seems pretty good. So, it's come to my attention that I've never done like a sub plug or something like that.
Please subscribe. It really helps. Me want like, me want view, me want big number to get big. It's not big yet, but me want big number.
Not important. Do subscribe though. That'd be nice. So what, that was 4-6. I think that's pretty good. Interesting team. You don't see tons of weakness policy. Well, you actually do see tons of weakness policy, but you don't see tons of Metagross, and you don't see Earthquake, Rillaboom used seriously that often either. So, take with that what you will. I think we used completely off-the-wall Pokemon for most sets today, so the fact that I actually got wins is pretty good. I don't think I really have anything more to add. Hopefully I'll tighten up the uploads again. It's a bit rough with a few days. I've had a lot of events come up. Hopefully we can lock in, tighten it up. And until then, till tomorrow realistically, all I've got to say is this.
Bye bye.